So every constituency is included. So again, the total so far for Kenson Casimir, 955 votes. Marcella Johnson, 403. That's for Grosile. For Babonneau, so again repeating for Grosile, Kenson Casimir, 955. Marcella Johnson, 403. For Babonneau, John Paul Estefan, 1,309 votes. Leo Titus Preville, 839 votes. So the SLP candidate is leading by 470 votes. In Castries North, we have 6 votes to Brenda Edwin, 545 votes to Stephen Favre, Stevenson King, 986 votes, Gina Matthew 5, Marcellus Steed 11. So the incumbent is leading there by 451 votes.
And that's with 10 ballot boxes out of 30 counted. So one third of the ballot boxes have been counted.
Yes. Castries East. The UWP candidate Peter Chico, 119 votes. 119 votes. Philip Joseph Pierre, 496 votes. The incumbent ahead by 377 votes.
With 5 ballot boxes out of 33 counted.
Yes. Again, we would have already given the update for Castries Central. We're going to give it again. Castries Central, Rush Clark, 445 votes. Stanley Felix, 81 votes. Richard Frederick, 844 votes. Andrew Matthew, 6 votes.
With nine ballot boxes.
9 ballot boxes out of 24. We go to Castries South. Tommy Descartes, 456 votes.
566.
Ernest Hiller.
It's updated now. 566. Tommy Descartes, 566.
It's updated?
Yes. And Ernest Hiller, 1184. Independent 11. Ernest Hiller leading by 618 with 9 ballot boxes counted out of 23. Tommy Descartes, 566. Ernest Hiller, 1,184. Independent David Hood by 11. Ernest Hiller is leading by 618 votes.
Yes. Ancillary Canries, we have Dominic Fede, 510 votes. Wayne Girard, 640 votes. The incumbent is leading there by 130 votes. That's 7 ballot boxes out of a total of 23. We go down to Soufrière, Fonce-Jacques.
We could South have votes, huh?
We're going down. We're going down. We're not forgetting anyone. Soufrière, Fonce-Jacques, Emma Hippolyte, 775 votes. Herod Stanislas, 640 votes. So again, Emma Hippolyte, 775 votes. Herod Stanislas, 640 votes. Strozel Saltibus, Keithson Charles, 244 votes. Bradley Felix, 328 votes. The incumbent is leading there by 84 votes.
With only 3 ballot boxes counted, and I think 2 of these ballot boxes are in Delsey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Labrie, we got some figures from Labrie. Alva Baptist, 186 votes. Laura Japierre, 60 votes. That's 1 ballot box counted out of 17. Alva Baptist, 186 votes. Laura Japierre, 60 votes. We go down to VA4 South in particular. Danny Butcher, 1,101 votes. David Charles, 6 votes. Liana Johannes Paul, 329 votes. Shua Melchor, 6 votes. So the SLP candidate there is leading by 772 votes.
With 8 out of 24 ballot boxes counted.
Yes.
1/3? 1/3.
1/3. VA4 North. Moses Baptiste has 503 votes.
It's now 629.
Okay, let me update my page. Sorry about that. 629 votes for Moses Baptiste and 217 votes for Calix Xavier. Again, Moses Baptiste, the incumbent, 629 votes. Calix Xavier, 217 votes. The incumbent is leading by 412 votes. In Micoud South, we finally have some figures coming in there. Alan Chasney, the incumbent, has 404 votes.
Mostly from Tiroche.
Tiroche area.
Yeah.
And the challenger Chandali Harak Singh has 167 votes. These are 4 ballot boxes out of 19. So 404 votes to Alan Chasney, the incumbent. Chandali Harak Singh, 167 votes.
Yeah.
We go to Micoud.
The performance in that case is actually a little weaker than 2021. Right?
By the UWP?
By the UWP, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to continue with Micoud North. Elisha Norbert has 479 votes. Jeremiah Norbert, 605 votes. Again, Elisha Norbert, 479 votes. Jeremiah Norbert, 605 votes.
6 out of 18.
That's 6 out of 18 ballot boxes, and the incumbent is leading by about 126 votes for our count right now. In Dennery South, Benson Emil has 112 votes. Benson Emil has 112 votes. Alfred Prosper, 187 votes, and these are 2 ballot boxes out of 14. In neighboring Dennery North, Sean Edward has 824 votes.
975.
It's been updated.
It's coming fast and furious.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Updated figure, Sean Edward,
You have your finger on the pulse. Though.
yes, 975 votes to Sean Edward. Bradley Fulgence, 776 votes. These are 8 ballot boxes out of 20.
Edwards is up by
199.
199 votes.
Interesting to see where.
And Castries South East, Lisa Jawahir has 306 votes to Guy Joseph's 263 votes. These are 3 ballot boxes out of
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see
36.
where these are.
So it's still
You want
early
to
figures.
go to Dennery North and see where these are?
No problem.
No, I want to go to Castries Southeast.
Southeast. All right, so let me go to Castries Southeast for you. So we've done the Bexar Primary, have we? Yeah. We've done the Bexar Primary. So we've got the Otsa Combined School. Let's look at the Otsa Combined School. So in the Otsa Combined School Q7, M to P, Lisa Joahir, 100 votes to Guy Joseph's 95. Lisa Joahir, 100 votes to Guy Joseph's 95.
And that's it. So the numbers were 306 to 263? Is
Yes.
that what it was? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So Lisa Joai has increased by 14. And Guy Joseph has increased his number here by 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the Badu Chaussee preschool, Lisa Joai increased the number by 11 and Guy Joseph went down by 27.
Right.
So those are some of the numbers we're seeing.
That's a seat that SLP would have already won,
Yeah.
right? So you're looking at
Before.
it compared
Yeah.
to something where they were.
And
already ahead.
Badu Chaussee, we're talking about places like Coolitown, Formager, Lakwamengo, Badini. That's that area there.
let's go. Update.
I'm going to refresh. I'm going to
So let's see here.
Total.
Casimir's total, Kenson Casimir, Grosile, the total thus far is 1,000, sorry, Freudian slip, 1,535.
Okay.
Kenson Casimir, 1,535. To Marcella Johnson, 653.
12
So
ballot boxes.
Kenson Casimir is ahead by 882 with 12 out of the 63 ballots in Grosile.
Can we interrogate Miku South a little further? Ryan, give me those
Yeah.
numbers by polling division and ballot box in Miku South.
So for Miku South,
Yeah.
yes. So for Miku South, we have under M2A,
Right.
the T-Roche Multipurpose Center. You have the leader of the opposition,
Which box?
That's A to B.
A to B,
A to B. 108
Yes. 108.
to Alan Michael Chasney, and the 38 to Chandelier Harrison.
Okay.
Yeah. You also have on the H to L, you have 100 to Alan Chasney, to 59 by Chandelier Harrison. You have on the M to R, 110 to Alan Chasney, to 51 by Chandelier Harrison. And you have finally on the S to Z, you have 86 to Alan Michael Chasney to Chandelier Harrison's 19. That brings the total, ladies and gentlemen watching, to 404 for the former Prime Minister Alan Chasney, 404 to Chandelier Harrison's 167, ahead by 237.
We have some updated figures again too from Grosile. We're going to take it from the top again because we are constantly being updated. So if our numbers change, ladies and gentlemen, it's just because we're getting updated figures. Kenson Casimir has a total of 1,863 votes. Marcella Johnson, 848 votes. This is 15 ballot boxes out of 63. So the incumbent has a lead of about 1,015 votes.
How many boxes?
In 15 ballot boxes out of 63. So that's 23.8% of votes.
Yeah, going back to that Mico South data, Teddy, M28 Tiroche Multipurpose Center, which is a very strong United Workers' Party polling division. What we're seeing here, and that's not with everything in, that's with there's one ballot box, C2G, that is missing, but the UWP's number is down by 150, and the Labour Party's number is down by 27 from the last election. So the United Workers' Party is underperforming in its strongest polling division in Mico South. Which is a little ominous for it, because not only is that its strongest polling division, but it's also one of the three most populated parts. The only polling division that has more electors than that is Deriso and Blusher, where the Labour Party has not done badly. So that is a little ominous for the United Workers' Party and for the leader of the opposition for those numbers there.
So we do have some updates in the Babonneau constituency, for example. We have 16 ballot boxes out of 33, so we're almost approaching 50%. John Paul Estefan has 1,785 votes. Leo Titus Prevail, 1,200 votes. So John Paul Estefan is leading by 585 votes in Babonneau.
Do we have any data for Laguerre? B2A and B2B?
Yes.
Because that would give us an indication. Those are very strong UWP polling divisions, and that would give us an indication of how Titus Prevail is polling there.
The only thing we have for Laguerre, the Laguerre Combined School, well, we have Laguerre Combined and Laguerre Community Center.
Yes, yeah, B2A
so
and
I will
B2B.
give you Laguerre Combined. So Laguerre Combined is B2A. And we see here J2K.
Yeah.
You have 79 for John Paul Estefan to Titus Prevail's 133. So you have 79 for John Paul Estefan to Titus's Prevail 133.
Okay.
When we go to the Laguerre Community Center under L2O, which is B2B, you see 75 for John Paul Estefan to Titus Prevail's 92. You have under P to R 63 for John Paul Estefan to 68 for Titus Prevail. That's 63 and 68. You also have S to Z, which is 73 for John Paul Estefan to 91 for Titus Prevail.
Okay, so in Laguerre Community Center, John Paul Estefan has increased the Labour Party vote by 51. Titus Prevail has reduced the United Workers' Party vote by 28. So, that's why it's very important to interrogate these numbers, because it gives you an indication of in the respective parties in their strong polling divisions, how they're doing.
We've had Foaso?
I don't think we've had Foaso, because Foaso is a very... Yes, we have Foaso.
We have Foaso, yeah.
Foaso, John Paul Estefan is pulling away. The numbers we have is 555 to Estefan and 242. Yeah. Do we have more than 4 polling boxes showing there, ballot boxes showing there, Ryan?
Only 4 for now.
So, okay.
We have some updates from Castries East as well. We have some updates with 8 ballot boxes in about a quarter of ballot boxes for Castries East. Peter Chico has 207 votes. Philip Joseph Pierre, 822 votes. The incumbent, 615 votes ahead.
Can we... sorry, Raisa, go ahead, sorry.
No problem. So again, Peter Chico, 207 votes. Philip Joseph Pierre, 822 votes. The disaggregated on this.
Yes, so that's what I was asking.
Yeah, so we're going to go to it.
Quickly, whether there's any update, Castries North, before we go back to...
Castries North. One second. I want to refresh.
Well, there are updates. Kenson Casimir ahead by 1,093 now, folks.
With how many ballot boxes showing?
We have 18 ballot boxes out of the 63. 2,111 for Kenson Casimir to Marcella Johnson to 1,018. You're going ahead with some other?
I was just told that Keefston is from Lirish. So Keefston is Lirish, yeah, okay. in Choiseul. So thank you, thank you, Curly.
So Castries.
You want to disaggregate Castries East?
Castries East, yes.
So let's disaggregate Castries East, folks. So you have under Castries East the Entrepot Secondary School.
D2.
D2, A to B. 48 for Peter Chico. and 112 for
Where was that? Where was that?
That's Entrepot Secondary School. 48 to Peter Chico, to 112 by the Prime Minister, well, incumbent Philip Joseph
Entrepot
Pierre.
area used to be a strong, UWP stronghold. Philip Pierre succeeded in reversing
Oh, he has.
last few elections.
He has.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
definitely has.
certainly.
You also still have
That's what it
folks
looks like now.
T to 7, the Entrepot Secondary School again.
T to Z.
T to Z, sorry. I wonder whose name has 7 as part of it. T to Z, Entrepot Secondary School, 17 for Peter Chico, and 105 to Philip Joseph Pierre.
Okay.
You also have the Bishop Charles Gachet RC Combined School,
D4.
D4. You have 36 to
Which
under
school?
A,
Which box?
A,
A?
box A, 36 to Peter Chico, and 113 to the incumbent Philip J. Pierre. You have under P to R, 29 for Peter Chico, and 122 to Philip J. Pierre. And lastly, T to Z,
T to 7. Yes.
T to 7. 11 from
Chico?
Peter Chico to 92 to Philip J. Pierre.
We need to go down. So I want you to go into Castries South. Well, I give you the updated figures.
Okay,
We're
please.
now over 50% of
Castries South.
Wow.
yeah, Castries South. 12 ballot boxes out of 23.
Wow.
So Tommy Descat has 720 votes. Ernest Hille 1,552 votes. David Hood 13. Again, Tommy Descat 720 votes. Ernest Hille 1,552 votes. David Hood 13. So the incumbent leading there by 832 votes.
Okay, Ryan, can you give me that breakdown?
So
For Castries South?
I can give you that breakdown for Castries South.
The only one I have already is F3 Lacroix, G to K. I don't have anything else.
Good. So let's look at F1, which is the ferry terminal building for Castries or Bannon. Well, and Bannon. Let's look at C to D. So in C to D, you have Tommy Descat with 60 and Ernest Hilaire with 123. You have E to G, 65 for Tommy Descat to 134 for Ernest Hilaire. H to J O R, 84 for Tommy Descat to 122 for Ernest Hilaire. And you also have JOS to L, which is 52 for Tommy Descat to 116 for Ernest Hilaire.
Okay.
You have also, I don't think we've done the Cicero Combined School yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
So let's go to the Cicero Combined School. You have under E to F, 58 for Tommy Descat to 146 for Ernest Hilaire. You have under K to MONE, 58 to Tommy Descat to 122 to Ernest Hilaire. MONG to Q, you have 61 for Tommy Descat to 125 for Ernest Hilaire. And T to Z, you have 28 for Tommy Descat to 109 for Ernest Hilaire.
Now, shortly after your interjection, Jimmy, we want to go to the West Coast because
Yes,
we're getting
please.
some updated figures because the contest is very...
Particularly Suffrage was
Yes. But before that, ancillary canneries, and then we're going to go down.
Okay.
You don't want me to close off Castries South?
No, we'll come back. We'll come back. We'll come back.
Because if we want to...
We'll come back. People
Yeah.
So
That's why I've stayed away from my phone.
ancillary canneries,
Obviously.
we have Dominic Fede with 941 votes to Wayne Girard's 1,041 votes, 11 ballot boxes out of 23, so we're almost approaching the 50% mark, with the incumbent leading by about 100 votes.
Yeah.
In Soufrière Foncé Jacques, Emma Hippolyte has 1,081 votes to Harold Stanislas's 948 votes. So that's 10 ballot boxes out of 22. One second.
22?
Out of 22. 1 second. I need to reload quickly. So again, Emma Hippolyte, 1,081 votes. Harold Stanislas, 948 votes. So the incumbent ahead by some 133 votes. In Choiseul, Keefson Charles has 640 votes against the incumbent 574 votes. So the challenger now ahead out of 6 ballot boxes by some 66 votes. So very closely contested in Choiseul, Saltibus. Keefson Charles, 640 votes. Bradley Felix, 574 votes. I'm going to go down to V4 South as well because I see some updated numbers. I believe for Danny Butcher, we have 1,407 votes. David Charles, 7 votes. Liana Johannes Paul, 391 votes. Shua Melchor, 6 votes. So the SLP candidate, Danny Butcher, is ahead by 1,016 votes. Again, V4
That's
North.
almost an insurmountable number right now.
V4 North, V4 North, Moses Jabba Baptist, 950 votes. Takalik Xavier, 336 votes. Moses Jabba Baptist, 950 votes. Takalik Xavier, 336. So the incumbent leading there by 614 votes. We have 7 ballot boxes out of 17. So about 41% of the votes cast so far. In Micoud South, I want to just make sure I have the updated figures.
I think that's one of the most keenly viewed races, that Micoud South race.
Micoud South.
Yeah.
So the incumbent, the opposition leader Alan Shastney, has 1,248 votes. Chandali Harak Singh has 761 votes. These are 11 ballot boxes out of 19. So we're pushing 60% of the votes so far. Alan Shastney ahead by 487. 487. So we need to break down that particular seat for sure.
Yes, please.
Which one?
Micoud South.
Micoud South.
I need to know where these votes are coming
So I'm going to
from.
repeat again for the benefit of our viewers. Alan Shastney has 1,248 votes. This is the incumbent. And Chandali Harak Singh, 761 votes. The incumbent leads by 487 votes. These are 11 ballot boxes out of 19. It's missing to really give us the full picture of what the result will be there.
So you want me to...
Yes, go
So
ahead.
I need you to give me Micoud South, Sofran Choiseul, those three.
So let's go to Micoud South, folks.
Yes,
Auger
please.
Secondary School. We haven't done theirs yet. M3A, A to I. You have 164 for Alan Shastney to 92 for Chandali Haraksin. You have K to Z, 173 to Alan Shastney to 115.
That's J to Z?
That is, let me just verify
Auger?
again for you. Auger, that's K to Z. K to Z. All right?
No, it's if it's Auger M3A?
K to Z.
No, it's okay.
I don't know where the J
Because
has.
so they've slipped J. Okay,
don't
there are
know
no
the J
Johns
has
or
gone.
Josephs in.
Probably. We might have to.
I think it's J to Z. I think
Probably,
there's no way there can be no Johns and Josephs.
And no Josephs,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you and Rice don't exist.
Exactly. I might have to move to Auger. But folks, on a more serious note, the
Where else?
M3A Auger Secondary School,
We have those.
K to Z, 173
And 115, we have that.
and 115.
Anything for Deriso
Yes,
Combined?
we
M3B?
have Deriso M3B, the Deriso Combined School. J to MA, you have 108 for Alan Shastney to the 78 of Chandali Haraksin. And you have MC to SP, which is the 102 of Alan Shastney to the 78 for Chandali Haraksin. You have ST to Z, 90 to Alan Shastney to 48 to Chandali Haraksin. And we've done Blashan already.
Okay, so that's all we have?
Yeah.
So that's 578 to 1041 or something like that? Is that what the numbers are showing?
No, 1,278 to Alan Shastney,
So I'm probably
761.
missing. Do we have any?
Chandali
We have any for
Haraksin.
Blusha? For Blusha M3C?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Okay, so you have 71 to,
Which ballot box?
so you're looking at PE to Z,
Yeah.
71 to Alan Shastney, and 120 to Chandali Haraksin.
And that box is a strong Labour box. PE to Z. Labour did very well in that box the last election.
The figures?
PE to the last election, the Labour Party in that box got PE to Z. No, it wasn't the same. It was S to Z, but it's a little 76 to Labour and 46 to UWP in the last election.
UWP is probably.
Yeah, Labour went up a little bit more than UWP went up in that box. Anything else? So do we have anything for DIGA? DIGA Human Resource Center, M1?
Yeah, nothing yet.
Nothing for DIGA. Nothing for Lacouville, M2B?
No, we have nothing for Lacouville as yet.
Okay.
We want to flip in a while to the East Coast for our benefit of our viewers.
50% of the votes are for Mico South.
Yeah, so let's flip to the
Babano?
To the East Coast.
For the East Coast.
So yes. So Mico North, Elisha Norbert has 618 votes. Jeremiah Norbert 856 votes. So Elisha Norbert 618 votes. Jeremiah Norbert 856 votes. So the incumbent leads there by 238
You
votes.
want to know
Eight ballot boxes out of the 18.
How much of past year's money reporting?
Yes, so about 44% of the votes cast so far.
So you want us to go to Mico North?
Mico North in a while.
After Rice has given us all the updates.
So Dennery South, Benson Emile, 322 votes. Alfred Prosper, 398 votes. That's 4 ballot boxes out of 14. So the incumbent leads there by about 76 votes.
That's the smallest constituency.
Yes. In Dennery North, Sean Edward, 1,204 votes. Bradley Fulton, I think I said this earlier on, 1,010 votes. We have
no update there?
That's an update, I believe, but it's really half of the ballots counted. We have 50%.
Bradley's not doing too badly in that constituency.
So Sean Edward, 1,204 votes.
So
Bradley Fulgens, 1,010 votes so far. Incumbent leads by 194 votes. 10 ballot boxes out of the 20, so 50%.
We'll have to see where those boxes are.
Yes. So allow
Where do you want me
Ryan.
to, folks? Where do you want me to go to?
I'm not sure if it's
Same
updated.
total, yeah.
Same total, yes. So we're going to go to I think
Where do you want me to?
Mico
So Ryan,
North.
let's
Mico North. Mico North. Let's see.
Mico North. Let's see where the votes are.
Let's go to Mico North. Where have we covered this far?
So you've given me the former Monrepo Combined School,
The decommissioned one?
The decommissioned one,
So
A to E.
you want F to JN
I
for
would
there?
certainly like that
Yeah.
one, yes.
Let's go to F to JN. You have 58 for Elisha Norbert, and you have 109 to Jeremiah Norbert.
Okay.
You also that's all we have right now for the decommissioned Monrepo RC Combined School.
Past years combined, N3.
Yep.
I have D to L already. Anything else?
You have D to I as
Yeah.
D to I. You have GL.
No, I don't. I don't have D to I.
All right, let me give you D to I. So D to I, you have 81 for Elisha Norbert and 142 to Jeremiah Norbert.
That's where? Where's that?
That is
Passios.
the Passios Combined School. You also have M to R, 80 to Elisha Norbert, 120 to Jeremiah Norbert. We've done J to L, you said, right?
We don't have S to Z.
No, we don't have
Okay.
anything for
Anything
SSN
else?
now.
Anything
we have
for
the
N4,
Mico Primary. We have the Mico Primary.
I have G to L.
N4.
Right.
A to C. Done.
No, give me that.
A to C, we have 96, a very close contest here. 96 to Elisha Norbert to the 95 for Jeremiah Norbert. And the J to L, you have 61 for Elisha Norbert to the 68 of Jeremiah Norbert.
So basically, we're seeing almost a mirror image of what happened the last election.
Yeah.
I wish to jump to Castries Southeast, and then we're going to go back to the north because we have some updated figures.
Great. Let's have all
Castries-
the updates, yeah.
So Castries Southeast, I think we have an additional ballot box, which brings us to 6 out of 36. Lisa Jawahir has 669 votes. Guy Joseph, 511 votes. So again, Lisa Jawahir, 669 votes to Guy Joseph's 511 votes. So the SLP candidate there leading by 158 votes so far, 6 out of 36 ballot boxes. And I want to go also to
North again.
the north because we've got some updated figures for both Grozile and Babonneau. In Grozile, Kenson Casimir, the incumbent, has 2,619 votes to Marcella Johnson's 1,260 votes. He's ahead by 1,359 votes. And we also have in Babonneau, John Paul Estefan, the SLP candidate, with 2,317 votes to Titus Preville's 1,620 votes. About 21, 43. So we will go with 64% of the votes are in.
And he's ahead by 697
votes, about 700 votes.
How much of force have we gotten?
We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Babonneau, you want to look at Foaso?
Well, let Rice give the rest of the updates.
Through it. But
If there are any more
I'm
updates.
not updated. Let me just check again to see if there are any updates for us. I don't think
Also is almost complete. Huh?
Yeah,
I don't
Foaso
think
is
we've
almost
gone
done.
to Castries. Have we gone to Castries North in a while yet? I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No, we haven't.
So in Castries North, Again, Brenda Edward has 7 votes. Stephen Favre has 882 votes. Stevenson King, 1,642 votes. Gina Matthew, 11. Marcella Steed, 17. The incumbent leading there by 760 votes.
With half of the ballot boxes.
Half of the ballot boxes counted, 15 out of 30.
Yeah.
I'm also going to check in the Castries East constituency. Peter Chico has 488 votes. Philip Joseph Pierre, 1,693 votes. 15 out of the 33 ballot boxes counted. The incumbent leading there by 1,205 votes. I am going to see, I don't think there's any update as yet for Castries Central. So these are the Castries South. I want to give an update because we are about 65% of the votes so far. Tommy Descartes, 945 votes. Ernest Hille, 1,942 votes. David Hood, 15 votes. Incumbent leading there by 997 votes. So we can disaggregate these as we go along.
Has the Ansari Canries figure been updated, Raisa, from the last one we gave?
I don't think so, and I think we have updated figures, so let me just reload again. Dominic Fede has 1,223 votes. Wayne Girard, 1,392 votes. 169 votes ahead for Ansari Canries.
And Emma Hippolyte is leading right now by 136 votes, so it's 1,163. Yeah, we'll have to go down. We'll have to do the breakdowns.
You want where exactly do you want the breakdown?
I want the West Coast, Ansari Canries, then Sofra, then Choiseul. So give me a sec. Let me get to Ansari Canries.
Give me a sec. Let me get to
Okay, so give me Ansari Canries.
Where don't you have?
I don't have G1 Roseau Combined. You have anything there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So G1, folks, Roseau Combined School. You have Cox to E. You have 91 votes for Dominic Fede to 89 for Wayne Girard. You have F to I, 89 to Dominic Fede to the 102 from Wayne Girard. You have J, 105 for Dominic Fede to 95 from Wayne Girard. K to P, 109 Dominic Fede, 101 Wayne Girard.
All Roseau?
Yes.
All Roseau. R to Z, 128 Dominic Fede to 103 Wayne Girard. We're only missing one box from Roseau Combined, which is the A to COR box.
And I can tell you what has happened there is that with A to COR missing, the Labour Party's vote is 57 less than what it was the last time, but the UWP's vote is 188 less than what it was the last time. Anything for Millet Primary? Well, we already have Millet Primary, A to I. Anything for J to Z?
Yes. So Millet Primary, J to Z, 87.
The fell by 10%.
A to 87 to Dominic Fede to 77 for Wayne Girard. So Millet Primary is done.
And again, Wayne Girard has increased the number by 13.
Yeah.
UWP is roughly the same, just 2 less. Anything for the Christian Faith Assembly, G2B?
Yes, we do.
Where,
For the
you know where they're located?
Christian Faith
That's
Assembly.
Van and Derado.
So you have G2B, Christian Faith Assembly, A to G, 105 for Dominic Fede to the 74 for Wayne Girard.
Okay. Nothing for H to Z?
Nothing for H to Z as yet.
Okay. Tetchime,
Yes.
we have Tetchime.
You have
We
both.
have J to Z?
We have J to Z.
What's J to Z?
So J to Z for Tetchime, 76 to Dominic Fede to the 112 from Wayne Girard.
And you know what we don't have yet? Canries.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Both Canries and Ansari.
We have
Canries
Ansari?
and Ansari.
We have Ansari.
Okay, give me some Ansari numbers.
For Ansari, we're only
Yeah.
missing 2 boxes, folks. But we have A to CHU, 85, right? 85 to Dominic Fede to Wayne Girard's 130.
Okay.
You have CI to F. We don't have anything there as yet.
Okay.
G to JN, nothing as yet. JO to MC, 77 for Dominic Fede to the 115 for Wayne Girard.
Okay.
52 to Dominic Fede.
That's what, ME to P?
That's ME to Q.
To Q. To
Yeah.
Q. Yeah.
52 for Dominic Fede to 106 for Wayne Girard. R to 7, 92.
R to Z.
R to Z. I don't know what it is with me and this 7 tonight. R to Z, 92 for...
That's coded.
92 for
92 for Dominic Fede, to 147 for Wayne Girard, and we have nothing from Canries as yet.
Okay, so this is not looking good for Dominic, because with Canries not
2 votes, Bradley Felix 673 votes. So 7 out of the 25 ballot boxes. Keith St. Charles 792 votes, Bradley Felix 673 votes. So the challenger, the SLP candidate, is ahead by some 119 votes.
Okay.
Which area just came
So Raim, I need you to go through and give me everything you have there, because all I have for Choiseul is Delsey.
Okay.
So I need you to go through and give me everything to get a sense of what's happening in Choiseul.
So let's go to Choiseul. So you have everything for Delsey, or you have?
No. I only have 2 for Delsey. I only have A to E and L to R.
All right. So let's look at S to Z for Delsey.
Yeah.
You have 67 to Keith St. Charles, and 92 to Bradley Felix.
Okay.
Yeah. You have Magouj Infant. Only M to Z. 181 to Keith St. Charles, to the 67 of Bradley Felix.
Okay, so these numbers are ominous, because you see, in Delsey, what has happened is that Keith St. Charles has been able to contain the damage that the United Workers' Party normally does there.
Significant.
Yeah, his numbers, and what has happened is that the UWP has not polled as well. They are quite short of the number of votes that they would normally get, even if F2K to bank in that stronghold. Yeah, so let's go down, Raim, Choiseul secondary.
Choiseul secondary. So Choiseul secondary, we have F to L, 152 to Keith St. Charles, to 99 Bradley Felix. And then you have S to Z, which is 78 to Keith St. Charles, to 59 to Bradley Felix. And then we don't have anything else. Well, we have PI combined. Sorry, folks from Choiseul.
Yes, give me PI.
PI combined school, A to I. We have 148 for Keith St. Charles, to 87 for Bradley Felix. And that's all we have for PI combined school.
Yeah, and it's consistent. What you're seeing is Keith St. Charles increasing or at least maintaining the last vote, but Bradley Felix certainly underperforming from what he did the last election. Yeah.
We have some updated figures from the Vifor South and North constituencies. Vifor South, Danny Butcher continues to lead. He has 2,182 votes. The independent candidate David Charles, 9 votes. Liana Johannes Paul, 642 votes. Shua Melchor, 9 votes. So the SLP candidate, they're leading by 1,540 votes. And we have 15 out of the 24 ballots, or 63% in of the total votes. We fought North, Moses Baptiste, 1,062 votes. Khaled Xavier, 445 votes. The incumbent leading there by 617 votes. That's 8 ballot boxes out of 17. 47% of the vote in there. I'm just going to check. There's an update actually for Micoud South as well. We have 15 out of the 19 ballot boxes. Again, almost 80% of the vote there. Alan Michael Shastney has 1,750 votes. Chandali Harak Singh, 1,189 votes. The incumbent, Alan Shastney, leads there by 561 votes, with a balance of 4 ballot boxes left to be counted.
Gentlemen, I don't know when you do what the arithmetic, Mr. St. Catherine, is when you call seats.
You declare.
The Castries South also here, 18 ballot boxes been counting out of 23, with the incumbent Ernest Hilaire 2,446 to Tommy Descat to 1,157, with Ernest Hilaire ahead by 1,289.
I think you could call that seat a long time ago.
Okay, I'm just giving way to the arithmetic.
Out of the 17, there are 2 seats that are probably still on the knife's edge-ish.
Okay.
Or one, maybe Micoud South is leaning UWP, maybe, right? But certainly, Soufrière is
a little early.
Is a little early. too early to call. I would say.
Can you give me the breakdowns for Soufrière, please, Ryan?
So I could give you the breakdown for Soufrière. So in Soufrière currently, where do you want me to go?
I want everything, because the only thing I have for Soufrière right now is the Soufrière Infant School.
Quickly squeeze in.
Then we know.
Yes, okay, for sure.
Then we know Sean Edward 1,789 votes. Bradley Fulgence 1,245 votes. So the incumbent 1,789 votes to Bradley Fulgence's 1,245 votes. That's 13 out of the 20.
124, I've seen one, 1245.
Yes, so he's ahead by 544
He's widening his
votes.
lead.
Yeah.
So
increasing the margins there.
The
We also
margin
have
now is 9% in his favor compared to 6% in 2020.
Jawai?
Yes,
Can you
Castries
figure for
South,
Jawai?
Castries Southeast,
Castries Southeast.
Lisa Jawahir, 903 votes, Guy Joseph, 652 votes. So the SLP candidate there is leading by 251 votes. Again, we have 8 out of the 36 ballot boxes, or 22% of our votes in so far. So you're going to Raheem.
So Raheem, let's look at Castries Southeast before we go to Soufrière, because are you already in Soufrière?
I wasn't, but I've pressed backspace already.
Sorry, give me Castries Southeast so I can get a sense of what's happening there.
So in
Q1.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So let's go to Castries Office, the South Fellows Community College.
Q1.
Q1, let's look at M to P.
Yeah.
You have 110 for Lisa Jawahir to Guy Joseph's 58. That's in M to P. You have under R to 7. Why do I keep saying R to 7? R to Z, 124 for Lisa Jawahir to the 83 for Guy Joseph.
Okay.
That's all we have for the South Fellows Community College.
Tiroche?
We have nothing for Tiroche combined as yet. We have some from Bexar Primary.
We have N to R. You have anything else from Bexar apart from N to R?
Yes, we have A to C.
Okay, let's have that.
So A to C, you have 88 for Lisa Jawahir to Guy Joseph's 68. J-O to M, you have 142 for Lisa Jawahir to the 80 of Guy Joseph. You have N to R, 60 for Lisa Jawahir to the 62 for Guy Joseph. That's all we have for the Bexar Primary. We also have figures for the Bexar Infant School. I think we've done that.
I don't have that, no.
Okay, so A to CHAR.
Yes.
You have 133 to Lisa Jawahir to Guy Joseph's 100. And you also, I think that's all we have. We've done Otsa Combined School as yet. We haven't received anything yet, folks, from Bel Air Human Resource Development Center.
Bala Chaussee, only A to E, nothing else?
Nothing else as yet.
Odd says only M to P?
Yes, yes. This is all we have.
Okay, I'm getting a call there, and I'm sure that call is for the candidate telling me to declare his seat.
Yeah, well, he does have a point.
I wonder who that candidate is.
I won't say it online, but I'm sure he's calling me to tell me to declare
Because
his
he's
seat.
actually outperforming in every box in Central.
He is.
Compared to
The caller who's just trying to call me, can you please send me a text, because I can't take your call. So send me a text message so I can get a sense of what it is that you're trying to tell. But yeah, I think we get a sense from the numbers coming that you are very much ahead. He probably wants to be the first seat declared. I think that's probably why. But
I think I did that a while ago, didn't I?
you declared Southeast. Yeah. but there are seats you could have declared before.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some seats. Kenson Kazimi's seat. There's no way that Marcella Johnson is going to overcome that lead.
1,500
Even if early showing in Castries East, what Honorable Philip J. Pierre is doing there, Chico can't overcome that. I mean, this is not a good night for the United Workers'
In
Party.
the seats declared for Grosively, Kenson is actually doubling his performance.
Yeah.
That's how
In the boxes,
big from
in the box.
seven,
In the
over all the boxes counted so far, his margins are 34%, whereas it was 17% in 2021. So he's really, it really seems that the constituents of Grosile are very appreciative of him.
We'll discuss the factor. We'll discuss the factor.
Okay.
So give me the breakdowns of Soufrière, Ryan. I'm very interested to see what's happening in Soufrière.
Let's go to Soufrière. Just refreshing to make sure that when we go to Soufriere, we're going with the updated
You see me
results.
laughing, so I know you're noticing what I'm reading. But I can't call your seat before I call the others, so sorry. But you have a point. You do have a point. Yes, go ahead, Ryan.
I don't know who Dr. Fletcher was talking to.
No, I can't tell you who I'm talking to. Go ahead, Soufriere.
So Soufriere, good. So where do you want to go in Soufriere?
H1, Soufriere Primary. I have
So we
SO
have
to Z.
We have that. That's all we have from Soufriere
Okay.
Primary.
Soufriere Infant,
Soufriere
I only
In-
have R to Z.
Okay, Soufriere Infant has been populated.
Give me
So
that.
let's go A to C.
Yes.
A to C for Soufriere Infant, you have 97 to Emma Hippolyte, to 118 for Herod Stanislaus.
Okay.
You have D to I, 96 to Emma Hippolyte, to 124 to Herod Stanislaus. We have J to L already.
No, I don't.
Okay. 82 to Emma Hippolyte, to the 79 of Herod Stanislaus. You have M to P, 78 to Emma Hippolyte, to the 72 of Herod Stanislaus. And R to Z or Z, 53 of Emma Hippolyte,
Right.
to the 83 of Herod Stanislaus.
Anything with St. Isidore Hall, H3?
Yes, also done. St.
Okay.
Isidore's Hall, A to F, 185 to Emma Hippolyte, to the 86 of Herod Stanislaus.
Just to say, that is an area where the St. Lucia Labour Party did very well in the last election. So go ahead.
You have 296 under G to N for Emma Hippolyte, to the 142 of Herod Stanislaus.
Okay.
He's underperforming.
You also have O to Z, 161 to the incumbent Emma Hippolyte, to the 30 of Herod Stanislaus. And that is it for St. Isidore. We also have Itang Primary.
Okay, and
combined
in that
school, sorry.
box, Emma Hippolyte has increased her number by 39 and Herod went down by 51. So he has underperformed in that box. So in that polling division, sorry, yes. Itang, give me Itang.
Yes, Itang Combined School, you have it also being done. A to H, 146 to Emma Hippolyte, and 146 to Herod Stanislaus.
Dead it.
And in I to Z, you have 160 to Emma Hippolyte, to 162 for Herod Stanislaus. You also have the Boutor Combined School, A to Z, 35 to Emma Hippolyte, to Herod Stanislaus, 36. You have the Fort Saint-Jacques Primary School.
Yeah.
We don't have A to JN as yet, but we have JO to Z, 217 to Emma Hippolyte, to the 84 for Herod Stanislaus. The Fort Saint-Jacques Primary School, H7, we only have K to Z, which is 68 for Emma Hippolyte, with Herod Stanislaus at 97.
I need to give an update for Choiseul Saltibus because this seat is getting even more competitive. There's a 16 vote difference right now.
Oh, wow.
Clifton Charles has 1,323 votes and Bradley Felix has 1,339 votes. So the incumbent there edging off by about 16 votes, and we have 13 of the 25 ballot boxes in thus far. So 52% of our votes in. So it is very heavily contested in Choiseul Saltibus. And the breakdown that you just gave for Soufriere, just for the public to know, in Soufriere, Emma Hippolyte has 1,741 votes, and Herod Stanislaus 1,350 votes. So the incumbent head by 391 votes there, 63.6% of the votes in.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing with that is H1. There are a lot of H1 boxes that are not in. That's the Soufriere Primary School, and that is an area that's Asmame, Chasney, Colombet, Palmis, Crestland, Zeno. Those are areas where the United Workers' Party Herod did quite well the last election. So it's a little early to tell what's happening there because that is a significant part of the constituency. So until we get some more numbers coming in from H1, it's going to be difficult to tell anything about what's happening with that.
I also need to go to Beaufort South because Danny Butcher has just run away, or is running away.
Decline,
Yes, but we still have to give the updates to our viewers. 17 out of 24 ballot boxes, that's 70.8% of the votes. Danny Butcher, 2,565 votes ahead by 1,755 votes.
That math is not mathing for Lady Lee. I don't see how she can.
She has 810 votes currently, and we just have to wait toward the final
But you know,
is declared.
Edwin, what is amazing about some of these numbers is the vote share for the Labour Party. I mean, we're seeing some numbers of 60%, 75%. Those are extraordinary numbers that we haven't seen in an election in St. Lucia for a while. I mean, we have to go back to 1997.
Government.
Yeah, we have well for anybody. So we have to go back to 1997 when the Labour Party won 16-1 to see those kinds of numbers. And it'd be interesting to see whether they even ran up those kinds of large percentages. I mean, this is a quite significant performance by the St. Lucia Labour Party
across the board.
Yeah.
Across the board.
I think.
Can we? I think there was one I needed some comparisons for, Ryan.
We go to Mico North.
Mico North, yes.
Even update on Mico North, we have 16 out of the 18 ballot boxes, so literally close to 90%. Elisha Norbert has 1,416 votes. Jeremiah Norbert 1,887 votes. Marius Wilson 5. The incumbent leading by 471 votes.
How many boxes are missing?
Only two.
Two boxes left. Oh. Yeah. So can we declare?
Yeah. Well.
You wanna know where these two?
No, I don't.
Where the two remain?
It's not like Mico North is Grozele, where you have a large number of votes coming in. So you say, okay, it's too early. I mean,
but
still a lot of votes to come in.
What's missing is Kwale. Kwale Community Center is missing. You also and one box in Mico Secondary.
Right.
But again, in these. In Mico Secondary, thus far the subtotal is ahead for Elisha Norbert with 368 to Jeremiah Norbert's 345. Which
can you give me some numbers for Dennery South? Okay. I don't have any numbers for Dennery South.
So let me give some figures for Dennery South. I'll give you the total for now. We have 5 ballot boxes out of 14. Benson Emil 396 votes. Alfred Prosper 500 votes ahead by some 104 votes. So we have about 36% of the votes in for Dennery South, but the incumbent is ahead by some 104 votes. In the neighboring Dennery North, the incumbent there is running away too. Sean Edward has 1,945 votes to Bradley Fulgence 1,342 votes. That's 14 out of the 20 ballot boxes. 70%.
I suspect Rich 4 and Dennery River came in.
So 603 votes ahead.
Rich 4 and also Dennery River. He did very well in Dennery River, but Rich 4 is one of his strengths. But Sean Edwards, I don't know whether you saw Sean Edwards' motorcade this election.
And his whistle stops.
I mean, I said to Sean, the only thing I did not see him bringing a motorcade is a backhoe. I mean, the kind of people he had in some of these dump trucks was... Ryan, can you give me what's happening in Mico, in Dennery South? I want to see what... Because I don't really have numbers for Dennery South, except Clendon Mason Memorial. Unless we have any updates for any of the other...
I'm on Dennery South already. In Dennery South, we have nothing from the Ecotourism building.
Right.
We have Dennery Infant School under O2. S to Z, you have 120 for Benson Emil to the 97 of Alfred Prosper. And Dennery Secondary School is complete. So you have A to E, 79 for Benson Emil to the 142 of Alfred Prosper.
Where is that?
That's Dennery Secondary.
No, which box?
A to E.
A to E, 79 for Benson.
To 142 of Alfred Prosper. F to J, you have 90 for Benson Emil to the 114 for Alfred Prosper. You have L to R, 74 to Benson Emil to the 102 for Alfred Prosper. S to Z, 33 for Benson Emil to the 45 of Alfred Prosper. And we have nothing else from Dennery Infant, nor do we have from the Ecotourism building.
There was another one I wanted to go a little bit closer. Chozelle the Choiseul numbers. I really would like to see what's happening in Choiseul.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to, Delse versus the Montgouge.
Yes. So if you could start, I have Delse,
Montgouge.
A to E, and the only one I don't have in Delse is F to K. Do you have anything there?
Most of Delse.
Do you have F to K in Delse?
Let me go back to Delse. So let's go to Choiseul right now. So in Delse you want
F to K.
F to K. So yes, F to K is in Delse. You have 92 to Keith St. Charles to 145 from Bradley Felix.
Okay, so and that is significant because what has happened in Delse is that the Labour Party has increased its vote by 125 and the UWP's vote has reduced in Delse its stronghold by 74. So, okay, Montgouge, you have anything for Montgouge?
Montgouge Infant School, I only have one, which
That's
is
M to Z?
M to Z.
Okay, Choiseul Secondary, I3?
Yes, Choiseul Secondary, you have I3, F to L.
I have that already, and S to Z. Anything else?
S to Z, yes. We have 78 for
And
Keith
59.
St. Charles to 59 for Bradley Felix.
You have any of the others? A to E and F to L? Sorry, and M to R? No?
No, we don't have any of these.
Okay, Dakite?
Yes,
I4?
we do. So that this place is complete. A to I, 81 for Keith St. Charles to the 142 of Bradley Felix. J to Z is 78 of Keith St. Charles to the 127 of Bradley Felix.
And even there, again, Dakite is a strong area for the UWP. Keefston has increased the vote from last election by 12. Bradley has gone down by 31. Roblo combined, I5.
Nothing there.
Diga combined,
Yes.
A to Z.
A to Z, you have 153 for Keith St. Charles to the 87 of Bradley Felix.
That's a Labour Party, area Labour Party did well the last election. Hangout Bar, Jetwin.
Yes. A to F, you have 127 to Keith St. Charles to the 66 of Bradley Felix.
That must be the coolest polling division out.
Well,
Hangout Bar.
Want to just give some updates quickly
Two
for...
quick updates, then we go into Parliament for an update.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Castries East, the challenger Peter Chico, 951 votes. Philip Joseph Pierre, 3,366 votes.
That's another one we can call.
Yes, 2,415 votes ahead again. Right there, Castries Central. We have Rush Clark with 660 votes, Stanley Felix 161 votes, Richard Frederick 1,282 votes, Andrew Matthew 10, the incumbent ahead by 622
And
votes.
I think it would be safe to call Castries Central for Richard Frederick. Yeah.
As we go to Parliament, well, a quick update from Parliament before we come back to results.
Yes.
Wow.
Do we have Parliament on? Or do we get
Okay, good evening, viewers and listeners to the National Television Network. Michael Gasper here with you, and I'm here to provide an update and to explain, to let you know what's happening in the St. Lucia House of Assembly as we give you updates on the general elections in St. Lucia for 2025. We are very thankful that our panelists in the studio have been giving us a very good update on what's happening. But in the House of Parliament, where I am stationed, we have mainly electoral officials from the electoral department, the staff, as well as the chief elections officer, Mr. Herman St. Helen, is here with us as well. The chief, we also have the chair of the Electoral Commission, Marlene John Xavier, as well as there are other, we have not seen them, but there are other members of the commission, Mr. Michael Flood, who represents the opposition, Ms. Zilta George Leslie, another commissioner representing the government. I can also tell you that we have some OAS, a gentleman here from the OAS is also, as the observer mission that is, they are also here. So what we are doing here is mainly to give the actual figures, and in other words, what we've been hearing must be certified by the electoral department. So we at the electoral department in Parliament will get the figures, and so whenever it comes from here, it will be official. These are the official figures coming from the Parliament of St. Lucia. Tu me dis ça en créole vitement. Nous, moi ici, nous avons exactement information qui vérifiée par département électoral. Avec département électoral, c'est eux qui a conduit l'élection générale en Saint-Lucie. Eux qui est responsable. L'année chef officier élection, M. Roman Saint-Hélène, et l'année plusieurs travailleurs qui ici en département pour, comme on dit, pour vérifier information et aussi il a assisté par the chairman commissioner, c'est Madame Maureen John Xavier. Plusieurs différents mondes, là, moi aussi, ouais, ici à HTS, ça c'est station télévision HTS, je placé ici aussi l'année différents mondes pour vérifier ce qui a passé. Avec c'est exactement ça qui a allé. Moi, je suis Saint-Lucien qui a coûté ce qui a passé par ces panels-là, ça c'est différents mondes qui sont en studio, qui a information sur ce qui a passé. Mais, comme on dit, encore, the information must be verified by the electoral department, and that is what is happening here. So very soon, we will be hearing from them directly. But in the meantime, we will continue to listen to what obtains at the discussion from our panelists in studio.
We're back. Welcome back. We will say thank you to Michael Gaspar. We will be going back to him for some conclusive updates and official figures from Parliament, from Michael Gaspar. And indeed, we have links with the leader of the opposition, his office over in Micoud South, as do we with Philip Pierre, who was the outgoing Philip J. Pierre at his office. So we do have the two leaders, and of course Parliament. We'll be going back to Michael Gaspar in just a bit.
Yeah, we're still watching Castries South.
The results are very interesting here, and of course we're keeping with the currency of the situation as the night evolves. So Michael Gaspar, thank you. We'll be back to you in a while, as we will with our correspondents in Micoud South and Castries East, the office, the campaign office of the Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
Okay. So for Castries South East, we have 11 ballot boxes in out of 36. Lisa Jawahir has 1,207 votes. Guy Joseph, 904 votes. She's ahead by 303 votes. Lisa Jawahir, 1,207 votes. Guy Joseph, 904 votes. I also would have seen some update, I believe, on Vayfon Dennery North. 1 second.
3 boxes left.
That's which one? Castries South East?
No, Dennery North, 3 boxes left. Sean Edward, the incumbent, 2,279. And Bradley Marcel Fulgence, 1,717, with Sean Edward ahead by 562. And we have about 3 ballot boxes left, and I will tell you where these will come from in Dennery North. So these 3 ballot boxes will come from the Grand Riviere Senior Primary. It will come from the Richford Infant School, and it will also come from the Ole York Combined School.
Can we go down in the Castries Southeast boxes to see what's happening there?
Yeah. So,
okay, so I have Q1, I have M2P and R2Z. Do you have anything in Q1? Anything else in Q1?
For Q1 for Southfield Community College, you have M2P and R2Z.
I have those.
We have nothing else there.
Okay. T-Rocher combined?
Nothing in T-Rocher.
Bexar Primary?
Bexar Primary is done.
It's done, okay. So give me D2E.
D2E, 100 for Lisa Joahir and 101 for Guy Joseph.
Okay. And then F to JN?
F to JN, 96 for Lisa Joahir and 96 for Guy Joseph.
Okay, so that's done. Okay. No, sorry, S to Z, anything for S to Z?
S to Z, 108 for Lisa Joahir and 55 to Guy Joseph.
We're going to turn focus to Choiseul Saltibus again.
Yes, please.
Because we have gotten some updates. We have 18 now out of the 25 ballot boxes, about 72% of the votes. Keithson Charles has 1,833 votes. Bradley Felix, 1,765 votes. So a difference there, about 68 votes. Still close, but I'll allow Mr. St. Catherine to give his analysis as to what he thinks so far.
Where do we not? Where do we not have? We don't have much. We don't have much. At least not from Morgouge. No, Delse is finished.
Delse is finished.
Morgouge is
yes,
not.
It is.
Anything for Morgouge, Rhyme or Edwin?
Roblo still has.
I2. Do we have anything else for I2? Apart from A to E and F to L?
Alright, so under Choiseul Stoltibus, you're looking for Morgouge.
I'm looking for Morgouge, yes.
And so we have nothing for A to E and nothing for F to L.
Okay, so that's ominous because that is a very strong. That's ominous if you're the UWP candidate. That's very strong labor. Morgouge is the bastion of labor support in Choiseul.
And in the neighboring community of Soufrière, Fonce-Jacques, where we're approaching almost all our ballots, we're talking about 3 ballot boxes. We have 19 out of the 22. Emma Hippolyte has 2,351 votes. Herod Stanislas has 2,058 votes. The incumbent leads there by 293 votes, almost about 300 votes.
Okay, so it'd be interesting to see what's missing.
Yeah, so 3 ballot boxes missing. In ancillary canneries, we have 17 out of the 23. Dominic Fede 1,661 and Wayne Girard 1,891. So he's ahead by 2,030 votes. 230 votes. My apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. So let's see what's happening in Soufrière. Rhyme, anything for the Soufrière Primary School? H1?
So in Soufrière, for the primary school, what
I only
letters?
have SO to Z. I don't have anything else.
Good. So Soufrière Primary School is A to B, 120 for Emma Hippolyte to Herod Stanislas, 116.
Right.
C to E, you have 104 to Emma Hippolyte to 156 for Herod Stanislas.
Right.
You have 131 for Emma Hippolyte to 163 for Herod Stanislas. That's all we have for Soufrière Primary in addition to the SO to Z, which we've already covered.
Okay. We have H2 is finished.
H1 still has, huh?
H1 still has, and H1 is an area where the UWP has normally done very well.
Yeah.
St. Isidore's Hall is finished. Etang Combined is finished.
Everywhere else seems to be done.
Fonce-Jacques, A to JN. Do we have A to JN for Fonce-Jacques
Yes.
Primary School?
Yes.
H6A?
So we have 156 for Emma Hippolyte to 93 for Herod Stanislas.
Okay. And then Fonce-Jacques Primary School, H7, A to I?
A to I for Fonce-Jacques Primary.
Yes.
Yep. 99 for Emma Hippolyte to 180 for Herod Stanislas.
Okay.
I don't think that.
Well, yes, Edwin, but no, because Emma is leading by what? Emma is leading by
293.
293, but H1 there's still.
Yeah,
I don't
there
think
are 3 boxes. I don't think these 3 boxes
no.
making that much of a difference.
Especially when you look
that's
at,
what I'm
especially when you look at
realizing.
the differences that we're seeing there.
Exactly.
And Herod has significally. It looks like he's underperformed in that H1. So it will be.
He is underperforming so far in that H1.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did slightly better in 2021.
So let us, for the benefit of our viewers, again just give a recap from the top.
Where we are.
From the top,
Yes.
I'm going to go from Gros Islet so that we can just establish where every candidate is.
And what we can call.
Yes. So Kenson Casimir, 3,722 votes. Marcella Johnson, 1,722 votes. 30 out of 63 ballot boxes, about 48% of votes accounted for there, and Kenson is ahead by 2,000 votes.
Yeah, that's impossible for Marcella to
Yeah.
In Babonneau, John Paul Estefan has 2,919 votes to Leo Titus Prebills 2,091 votes. John Paul Estefan is ahead by 828 votes, and we're missing about
7.
Yes, 7 boxes, about 79% of the votes already cast.
Again, very, very, very difficult for Titus. Titus would have to be running numbers in those boxes that we haven't seen. So there's very little likelihood that the Titus will win Babonneau, that John Paul Estefan will win Babonneau.
Yes, so in Castries North, We have Brenda Edwin with 7 votes, Stephen Favre 1,236 votes, Stevenson King 2,277 votes, Gina Matthew 19, Marcella Steed 19, with about 67% of the votes accounted for. Stevenson King, the incumbent, leads by 1,041 votes.
Again, very difficult, if not impossible, for Stephen Favre to overcome that lead by, from what we've been seeing.
Yeah.
So mathematically, it might still be possible, but from the trends we've been seeing, I don't see how he can overcome this.
And one of the seats we see already declared on from our data is Castries East with 32 out of the 43.
Oh, yeah.
Again, so we're just going to let the viewers know what it is now. We're missing only 1 ballot box.
Yeah.
Peter Chico has 1,110 votes. So the Philip J. Pierce 3,871 votes, 2,761.
Wow.
He actually said in his campaign Operation 3,000 and quite close to that figure.
That's almost Operation 4,000.
Philip Pierre is actually experiencing one of the biggest of swings for any candidate.
Yeah, correct.
By a lot.
Yes, and we will go to explaining what might have
More
accounted for that in our
post-results,
post-results analysis. Castries Central, Rush Clark, 660 votes, Stanley Felix, 161 votes, Richard Frederick, 1,282 votes, Andrew Matthew, 10 votes. The incumbent ahead by 622 votes. We have about 58% of the votes in
The
so far.
incumbent is ahead by almost as many votes as Rush Clark has gotten so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, that's Richard Frederick's seat.
Yeah.
Castries South, Tommy Descart, 1,249 votes to Ernest Hilles, 2,614 votes. David Hood, 17. The incumbent leads there by 1,365 votes, and we're missing just about 4 ballot boxes.
We can declare that for Ernest Hilles.
Yes.
We can declare that seat for Ernest Hilles.
In Ancillary Canneries, Dominic Fede has 1,661 votes to Wayne Girard's 1,891 votes. A lead by 230 votes. We have 17 out of 23 ballot boxes accounted
With
for.
quite a few from the last thing I checked of Canneries votes not
A
in.
lot of canneries not
So
in.
again, it is going to be very, very difficult for
So-
Dominic Fede to overcome that lead that
Yeah.
Wayne Girard has.
Yeah.
In Soufre Fonsejac, Emma Hippolyte has 2,000.
Well, that's been declared.
It's been declared.
Yeah, there's a tick. There's a tick there.
I need to reload.
You need to
That's been
refresh your
declared.
page.
Sorry.
go.
Yes, it has been
I
declared.
give you the honor of making an announcement.
It's been
yes.
it has been declared. Emma Hippolyte, 2,456 votes.
yeah.
Harold Stanislas,
2,205.
2,205 votes.
Still a very close
With
contest.
20 out of the 22
Yeah.
boxes, Emma leads by 251 votes.
And you did say that, Mr. St. Gafford. You said that it's very,
Yeah.
it's almost.
Yeah.
Ahead by 251 votes, yes.
Yeah, with 2 boxes left.
There's
Yeah.
50 boxes
Yeah,
left.
it's not.
That's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Choiseul Saltiba still closely contested with 19 out of the 25 ballot boxes. Gibson Charles, 1,914 votes. Bradley Felix, 1,865 votes.
Yeah.
Gibson Charles leads by 49 votes.
That is a very keenly contested.
So it's very cleanly
Yeah.
contested. Still, we're watching.
Ice 3
Yes,
have 2 boxes there.
Yes.
Still undeclared.
we have not had many
It's
updates.
interesting.
I 8 has
Labrie only has 1 ballot box.
Only
in.
1 ballot box,
Yeah, I don't know what's
unfortunately. We
happening
have not
there.
gotten an update for Labrie,
yeah.
but the figures that stand for Labrie so far are 330 votes
So
for Alba
can we
Baptist.
say that based on what has traditionally happened in Labrie and what is clearly a significant
Nationally.
swing towards the St. Lucia
The
Labour
Labour
Party,
Party.
that there's no way Alba Baptiste is losing
Exactly.
Labrie?
Yeah. Or Moses Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah, yeah.
It probably-
He's actually Moses Jean-Baptiste is already
Yeah,
significantly
yeah.
outperforming.
Yes.
And I don't know why Danny
His
Butcher
last
has not
result.
They've
yet
not been
been declared.
declared.
Yeah, Danny Butcher
With
also.
over 75% of the votes cast so far, he has 2,956 votes.
seen.
David Charles has
They would get
15, Liana Johannes Paul 934, Shua Melchior 12, Danny Butcher leads by 2,022 votes.
With only 4 ballot boxes still
Yes,
to
so
come.
it's
So we can
impossible.
declare
We can declare.
Vieux-Fort South for the Labour Party.
It's funny that some online news stations have already declared the new government of St. Lucia.
Well, it is. I mean, it's
no.
the only issue now is by what margin.
By margin.
That is very obvious.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
very
clear.
obvious.
The only, I think right now
Choiseul.
is whether it's 15-2 or 16-1.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah,
Choiseul
yeah.
and Miku
It
South.
might be the same.
Yeah.
And there's
Parliament
Choiseul and
before.
Miku South stay.
Yeah.
Are we sure about Denry South? Is that true?
Well,
Let's
let's look at Dennery South, but
Yeah.
I think with what's left in Dennery South,
How many boxes left?
We didn't analyze it.
Yeah,
but
this
Yeah,
looks.
let's analyze it.
Mystical look.
there are 5 boxes out of 14. Prosper is leading by 104.
In Dennery, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but
Yeah, that's a lot.
But again, it's a small constituency.
Yeah.
We'll go and we'll interrogate these numbers.
Mikun
a
North
little
has
bit more.
also been declared for
Jeremiah
Jeremiah Norbert,
The
who
figures-
leads it by 588 votes.
Yeah.
Elisha Norbert has 1,499 votes. Jeremiah Norbert has 2,087 votes. And Marius Wilson has 5 votes.
Yeah.
That's by the man who brought dump trucks to his motorcade. Sean Edward has been declared the winner in Dennery North.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Figures?
Yeah.
By,
Look up the
by,
figures.
By
so Sean Edward,
640.
2,512 votes for Sean Edward. Bradley Fulgence, 1,872 votes. Again, these are 18 out of the 20 ballot boxes. 90% of the vote is already in, so clearly. And we continue to watch Castries South,
Southeast.
East, and
Yeah.
Choiseul.
Yeah.
So yeah,
monitoring.
so if we're going to be generous, we'll say that there are 3 seats that are still up in the air.
Yeah.
Choiseul,
Yeah.
Castries Southeast,
We could
and Mico.
solve.
Well, I think
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
not in it. It's
I
probably-
from what we're seeing there, I believe Alan Shasta will hold on to that seat.
appears
Yeah.
that
And the
way.
leaders normally do. I don't see a world in which the leaders of both political parties, even in a great national
Alan
swing,
Shasta
don't.
is doing
Yeah, we've had,
But-
but it's happened there. Von
but-
Lewis in 97, remember?
One was in
Well-
97.
Well, yes,
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But,
A result that was predicted by Edwin St. Catherine, if you remember, Teddy.
Yes.
Edwin St. Catherine and that famous telephone poll that showed the
Yeah.
Labour Party winning 15-1. Nobody believed them, and they won 16-1.
but
Yeah.
don't generally.
They don't,
Yeah.
no, they don't.
Yeah.
And this election result might mirror this invented in a reverse color.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
a
was
reverse
just saying,
configuration in that
Reverse
the,
configuration.
Alan Shasta
the
may well
opposition.
do a Ralph.
Well, what we need to say is that Friday is not Monday in St. Lucia, and St. Lucia has declared itself different from the realities that happen throughout the
St.
Caribbean.
Lucia is not St. Vincent.
It's not St. Vincent for sure, and we need to analyze
clear.
what the factors that would lead to
But
this.
Raisa,
reality.
I couldn't understand how people would draw in the comparisons. Ralph Gonzalez had been in power for 25
24
years, and he was going for a 6th term. Philip JP and the St. Lucia Labour Party have been in power for
Yeah.
1
years.
term,
Yeah.
4.5 years. There
was
is no
not-
comparison.
it was-
The
it's not
fatigue
an
that
apt
the fatigue that you have with
comparison.
the
That
Unity
is
Labour Party in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it would be difficult to translate that to a fatigue with the St. Lucia Labour Party after 4.5 years.
I don't think that there was an analysis being done. I think obviously political parties in their
This was emotional.
quest for momentum
Yeah.
use the opportunity to sort of rile up supporters to a particular end. Albeit I don't think the point was well developed, because I don't know that the UWP actually had anything post the Prime Minister of St. Vincent winning,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
it be on the Friday,
Yeah.
the
Right.
actual Friday,
Yeah.
post Friday winning, and also the Saturday. So the analysis I felt was cut short, or did not cause them to do the type of internal sort of momentum shifting across that they expected.
And that point, that momentum word rhyme is such an important one, because we saw the momentum with the Labour Party throughout this campaign.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It continued to
it
build.
continued to build.
Yeah.
Some people said, okay, they looked a little flat at the manifesto launch, but the manifesto launch is a different type of event. The manifesto launch is not a rah-rah, G up the
Yeah,
crowd. The
yeah.
manifesto launch is a serious event, so you don't get the same type of energy in a manifesto
Which is
launch.
why they always choose a weekday relative to
exactly,
the bacchanal of
exactly.
the Sunday rallies and so on, a more sober weekday, weeknight. I think in production, our producers want to flash some cards showing some results, some declared seats. Can we gladly have that from our production team? Well, await any more from Rahim.
You want me to go through still?
Yeah, well,
Let me.
once you
let
get
me
the cards, here we have declared.
Okay.
Sean Edward,
Okay,
elected
declare.
representative for Dennery North, St. Lucia Labour Party. Philip J. Pierre, St. Lucia Labour Party, elected representative for Castries East.
Swing.
Wow.
Emma Hippolyte, St. Lucia Labour Party, elected representative for Soufre, for Saint Jacques.
Like, in every case, someone's government is wrong.
Thank you, production team, Geraldine, Roger and company, for having this card's confirmation coming from our official sources of the the conclusive results out of this
You
constituency.
want to go to places like Castries Southeast among other
Yes,
areas?
please.
And
Yes,
Choiseul.
please.
Yeah.
And
So let's
Choiseul.
go to
Let's go to
Castries Southeast.
Okay,
still have a lot.
let me get to my spreadsheet. Sorry.
Okay. Still have a lot of boxes outstanding in Castries Southeast.
Okay. Yes.
But where do you want me to go?
Do you have anything else for South Louis Q1? So I need anything up to M2P. I have M2P and R2Z. So anything
There
else?
is nothing else at the South Louis Community College. The
Tiroche?
Tiroche Combined School is still
Open?
out.
Okay, and that's an area where Guy Joseph has normally done well.
Yeah.
Bexar
okay.
Primary is finished.
Yeah.
Wavin Poisson, SDA School,
SDA school is
Q4.
also
Nothing?
nothing as yet.
Okay.
The infant school.
Bexar Infant.
We've covered A to CHAR.
That's it?
That's the only thing that's there.
Okay, Bado Chaussee, preschool.
We've covered there.
A to E, anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay.
The Bel Air Human Resource Development Center.
Nothing. A to Z?
And the Otsa Combined School is the only place
M2P?
that's there.
Okay, so we have nothing
I just
in
have to
there.
say that I went to that school, by the way. I had to put it out to the national.
Oh, you're,
the national.
But it's school.
you're not
the Otsa
Savoy?
Combined School.
Ah,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good,
A
good.
stone's throw away.
Yeah. So would that be your constituency in the future?
If the people so desire.
That's a famous cliched kind of response.
And cliches are normally true.
The truth and the humility. Eh?
If the people so desire.
I don't think we have any updates.
Do we have any updates for Miku South?
For Miku South,
Diga, H1,
Let's
M1,
go.
sorry.
let's go to Miku South. So in Miku South, what we have, you want,
Diga, A to I or J to Z?
yes, so the Human Resource Center.
Yes.
A to I, we have the leader of the opposition leading there with 146.
Yeah.
And Chandelier Harrison with 70. J to Z, 164 to Alan Chasney and 98 to Chandelier Harrison. We've completed Tiroche.
No, I need C to G.
C to G in Tiroche, 136 to Alan Chasney to the 63 of Chandelier Harrison.
Okay. Lacoville, preschool.
Lacoville is still out.
Auger.
Auger.
Auger is finished.
Auger is finished.
There is so combined.
There is so combined. The only place that's missing is E to I.
So give me A to D. I don't have that.
A to D is 116 for the former Prime Minister, 116 to 120 by Chandelier Harrison.
Okay.
J to MA, 108 for Deriso Combined School.
Right. I have that. So give me Blusher. Anything in Blusher?
So do you have MC to SP and ST to Z for Deriso Combined?
There is so to combine. No, all I need for there is so combine is E to I.
Okay, nothing there yet.
Okay. So Blusher, I need everything except PE to Z.
Okay, so K to PA is still out. You have A to E, 76 for the former Prime Minister, 76 to 140 for Chandelier Harrison. F to J, 122 for the former Prime Minister, Alan Chasney.
122.
122 to Chandelier Harrison's 109. And K to PA is still outstanding.
Okay.
Folks.
So the thing is, it looks like Alan Chasney will hold on to that seat, but Chandelier Harrison has to be given credit
She
for
has
how
done
she has
impressively.
performed. In some of these boxes. And in some of these polling divisions. So, for example, Tiroche Multipurpose Center, M2A, which is an area that's Beausejour, Tiroche, Moro, Tuco Shaw, Calypso. That's an area where the United Workers' Party has traditionally done well. Chandelier Harrison increased the Labour Party vote there over the last election by 36, and Alan Chasney went down by 14. Then Auger, Chandelier Harrison, well, Alan actually did better in Auger this time around. So his vote went up by 22 and Chandelier went down by 9. Let's look at Choiseul. Anything else from Choiseul? Because that is one of the tightly.
Yeah.
So let's go down to Choiseul.
Morgouge. Anything in Morgouge apart from M to Z?
There's only one box from Morgouge.
That's what we have so far.
We have nothing for A
have
to
5
E,
boxes
nothing
missing.
for F to L,
Okay. Choiseul secondary.
nothing for M to R,
Or how about A to E and
A to E,
and-
nothing.
Okay.
F to L we have something. I don't know if we've covered
I have
already.
that. I have F to L.
S to Z.
Dakite is finished.
Yeah, Dakita is finished.
Roblo. Anything for Roblo?
Yeah, so Roblo is done.
Okay, give me Roblo.
Roblo we have 130 to Kifson Charles,
Mm-hmm.
to the 118 of Bradley Felix. You have the 81 to Keefson Charles under H to R to the 100 to Bradley Felix. The S to Z, you have 43 to Keefson Charles.
S to Z, where is that?
The Roblo. S to Z in Roblo.
What? Roblo has what? Has how many boxes?
Has 3.
G to Z. You mean?
No, it's G to Z.
No,
G to-
it is S to Z.
Doesn't Roblo only have A to F and G to Z?
That's what.
It has A to G,
That's all I have.
H to
A to
R,
F and
and S to Z.
In Roblo?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they must have changed it. Something must have happened. They must have changed it at the last minute. Okay, so what?
Okay.
So the first one you gave me was G to what? G to R?
G, I give you A to G.
You gave me A to F.
No, A to G
A to G.
is 130 to 118.
Right.
H to R,
Or H to R.
yeah, 81 to 100.
Right.
And then you have S to Z, which is 43 to 30.
43 to 130.
To 30.
43 for
And
Keefson
30 to Bradley Felix.
I need to give an update for Labry because we had been waiting for some updates. Although we had already projected, it's only fair to allow
We projected,
listeners.
and I have to claim
Labry.
the full disclosure. I have two cousins running against each other in Labry. Laura Japierre is my cousin on my mother's side, and Alva Baptiste is my cousin on my
So
father's
you'll
side.
be crying and cheering at the same time.
I will be doing both. So give me the good and the bad news.
Okay, so Alva Baptiste has 595 votes. That's from 4 ballot boxes. Laura Japierre, 131 votes. That's the 4th of the 17. So
Yeah.
Alva leads by 464 votes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here, right?
Yeah,
for
let's go
Choiseul. Although Saltibus, we have anything for Saltibus, right?
Yeah, we're done with
Okay,
Saltibus.
give me Saltibus before I
So,
say what I have to say.
Saltibus, you have A to G.
Uh-huh.
Keefson Charles, 93.
Yeah.
To Bradley Felix's 142.
Okay.
You have H to R, 52. All right, to 94. You
Right.
have 84 to Keefson Charles. to
That's
the-
S to Z.
Yes, S to Z. To the 87 of Bradley Felix.
Let's just pause just to acknowledge a card from our production team, the official from the official sources, Wayne Girard,
Has been
St.
re-elected.
Lucia Labour Party elected, as Ram said, re-elected representative for Ancillary Canaries, Wayne Girard from the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Okay. Do we have anything for PI, Rhyme, J-O to Z?
PI, J to Z, nothing as yet. Still outstanding.
Okay. It's going to be very difficult. I know there's still a few ballot boxes to come in for Choiseul, but it's going to be very difficult for Bradley to win.
Yeah.
For the simple reason that these boxes are in Morgouge. A to E and F to L.
Yeah.
And
A to E Morgouge.
A to
yeah.
E Morgouge, those numbers ran up the last election.
Yeah.
We're talking
21 now.
138 to 63.
We actually have an update, huh?
For Choiseul?
Yeah, 21 out of the 25, and
Okay, so-
Keefson Charles is by 134 votes there.
So what do we
okay.
not have?
All right. Yeah.
We're missing 4.
Yeah, so that-
the total
Ray,
is
what do
missing.
we not have?
Do we have anything more for Morgouge, Rhyme?
If you left,
A
so
to
we-
E and F to L. Anything
Nothing for
The
Morgouge
A
in
to
these
E
two boxes.
Is the is
Choiseul secondary, A to E.
Choiseul secondary, A to E, nothing as yet.
M to R.
M to R, yes, we have some results.
What's that?
265 for Keefson Charles to 177 for Bradley Felix, the incumbent.
Bradley is underperforming significantly in that
yeah.
in that polling division.
Yeah.
That's Choiseul Village, Reunion, Lafargue, Lirish. He's underperforming significantly in that division. And with
Yeah.
Morgouge still to come,
Yeah.
we have anything for N to Z?
There's a
I7?
significant
Yeah.
reduction in
Alicia
his
Thomas
performance.
building?
You won the Alicia Thomas building.
N to
We
Z.
have, yep,
What's
these
that?
results are in. You have 75 for Keefson Charles to the 71 of Bradley Felix. So that is also completed as well.
Okay, so it is almost impossible, in my estimation,
Yeah.
for Bradley Felix to overcome the difference with these Morgouge boxes still to come.
Agreed.
Because Keefson Charles, based on the traditional, Morgouge is the bastion of Labour Party support in Choiseul. And based on that, there's no way Keefson Charles there's no way Bradley Felix can make up that difference. So I'll go out on a limb, particularly because Choiseul is a constituency I know very, very well. I'll go out on a limb and say that Bradley Felix will lose that seat and Keith Charles will be the winner.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Let's look at
Let's just
Castries
go, we like
Southeast.
to acknowledge the official source. So we're going to the card, confirming another result.
Which one is that?
Jeremiah Norbert. Say officially your party. He said that's pulling one out of the...
Is this,
I said re-elected representative for Nico
are these
Like
Norbert.
the young
things
people
taking
say,
a very long time?
That's another dub.
Well, we want to be accurate with
We
our
want to
data.
respect the official sources.
Yes, we
Yeah.
want to do so. And again, remember, supporters are viewing this. This is a very tense time.
And very solemn time.
Yeah.
Very solemn
So,
time.
so we
That's
have
what
to
Jeremiah
be
Bruno-
respectful in how we give data for all sides.
But I think also,
Yeah.
Raisa, where it is obvious that it is not possible for a particular
you have
candidate
to
to
declare.
overcome,
Yes, we do.
then even before it is officially
Exactly.
declared,
It
is.
that's
Yeah,
our
no,
role head.
That's
Yeah.
within our,
Yeah.
within our right
It
to
is
declare.
mathematically
It has to be-
impossible.
So
Yeah.
both are good that we,
Yeah.
we go ahead and be
And give it
proactive because of our analysis and our figure, but we also acknowowledge and respect the official source
Correct.
when it comes. You know?
Correct.
Because remember, officially, legally, they count only tomorrow. Does it
That's
become
right.
final?
That's
So-
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Castries Southeast, we still at,
Oh,
a,
yes,
at a
that's-
halt there.
Nothing is coming in.
Nothing is really coming in. Lisa Joahir still holds a lead of 303 to Guy Joseph's 904. Well, she has 1,207 of the votes, but
Okay,
again,
so I'm missing something here because I only have Lisa at 1174. So
okay.
I'm
but
missing a vote.
refresh, it's 1,207 now.
So-
to Guy Joseph is 907.
907. So tell
904, sorry, folks.
Guy Joseph is 904.
Yeah.
Okay, so I probably entered something incorrectly there because I have Guy Joseph at 937.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. We'll sort that out afterwards.
Yeah. Again, also we're still missing some stuff from Dennery South.
Yeah.
About 6 boxes
Okay,
outstanding.
so give me Dennery South because
Yeah.
I don't have. I have a lot of gaps in Dennery South.
Okay.
So ecotourism building, anything there?
So in Dennery South,
O1?
the ecotourism building, nothing there.
Nothing yet.
Dennery Infant and
Dennery
Primary.
Infant.
O2.
What exactly with
I only have S to Z,
Okay, so under A to C,
right?
113 for Benson Emil to 133 for Alfred Prosper.
Okay.
D to E we have no results. F to G we have no results. H to K we have no results. L to O we have 81 for Benson Emil to 102 for Alfred Prosper. P to R we have 88 for Benson Emil to 127 for Alfred Prosper.
Okay.
And S to Z we have 120 for Benson Emil to the 97 of Alfred Prosper.
Okay. So what we're missing is
ecotourism.
is D to E, F to G, and H to K in the Dennery
Yeah.
Infant School, and the 3 boxes in the ecotourism
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Prosper is leading by 184.
Just
Yeah.
under 200.
Yeah. And again, this is a,
That's
this is
very
a
small constituency,
very
you know,
small
a micro
constituency.
constituency.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another issue we need to discuss in the post results. The disparity,
Especially
the
particularly for
indecent.
somebody like Kenson Kazimi, Teddy.
Yeah,
The,
yeah.
that the
Yeah.
size of the constituency
Anybody,
that
anyone.
Kenson
It's
Kazimi
gargantuan,
has
it's
to.
mammoth.
Kenson Kazimi's constituency is like what, 4 of Dennery South?
When I saw someone re-elected in Gozeli for consecutive terms, Mario Michel,
Mario was the last.
it's 24 years. It's 24 years.
97
since,
and 2001.
24 years, quarter of a century since anyone was re-elected for consecutive terms
Yeah.
in Gozeli.
That was quite telling.
And Mario's performance
In his second election.
in his second
Was
election was
worse
worse
than
than his first election.
Yeah.
This is
An improvement.
unprecedented
I
in
think
more
sort
than
of-
one way
yeah,
for
going,
Rosalie.
going back to the constituency
Yeah.
boundaries issue, it's been an issue that we have to resolve. I think it's always
Yeah,
been on
yeah.
the political agenda, and it's there for too long without us
Well,
resolving.
they tried to, but I think
Yeah.
Honorable Guy Joseph
Yeah, because of the
filed
action
an
before-
injunction.
before-
and
before the court.
And I think this is because, to be honest, it is not fair to Kenson Kazimi.
Or any rep, or any-
Although by this result, you'll say, well, it's fair because if he can increase his numbers
Yeah,
that way. But
then
it
he
is
might
a
as well, yeah.
significant. I remember being in a cabinet with Emma Hippolyte and Emma complaining all the time that, boy, look, the resources that go to Gozeli
Yeah, it's,
are disproportionately
It's indecent.
low,
It's
yeah,
indecent,
compared to
yeah.
the others because her constituency is just so large, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think the other thing that we have to look at too is the choice of some of the candidates. The United Workers' Party made some strange choices with its candidates this election. There were people who did well in 2021 when there was a swing towards the St. Lucia Labour Party that I thought would be given a second chance this time around. Ferropolius, for example, did well against Sean Edward in 2021, and Ferro was taken out. London was introduced very late in the game, and there was some boxes that he did well against Mosa, and then he was taken out. So the choice of candidate was very strange, to say the least.
But it was strange, you know, if you were following the movement of how the United Workers' Party has been structuring its leadership and who aligns with the leader, it wouldn't be strange for that. And that's why we have to now discuss party formation, party strategy, and a respect for your base. Even those who may oppose you, that is something that we have to discuss. Because in the political realm and even in the social media space, there was a disregard for opposing voices within the United Workers' Party.
Well, the chairman said so, right? So I don't know whether you remember. The chairman said that the most important criterion for candidate selection was loyalty to the political leader. He said so.
That's what
and we saw an unprecedented number of individuals who were stalwart members of the party, not Johnny Come-Latelys that just came.
That's never happened.
It has never happened before, and declared publicly that they were not pleased with the manner in which a number of things had been done, and therefore we can see that as a reflection. So internally there has to be a moment of introspection, and one would ask to, even after losing the last general election, did the United Workers' Party do the right analysis of what went wrong, working on it, or come back and tell us, well, I'm putting the same cards on the line, but with a fresh card of candidates.
Well, the simple issue too significant, you haven't touched it yet, the leadership. Despite winning his seat, whether United Workers' Party, rank and file, and indeed the executive and so would decide to persist, to continue with Alan Chastney at the two successive defeats.
And it was a point I alluded to, and I didn't want to go into it because voting was still taking place. But look at the two manifestos.
Yes.
The manifesto of the United Workers' Party was Alan Chastney on the cover with the pot behind him. And this was a manifesto that the United Workers' Party was trying to recast itself as a caring government.
Our future.
Our future. But you can't cast yourself as...
His swearing in, the early months, many considered rocky, unsteady, down to the command and confidence towards the end, and the growing respect and confidence from the public. So that is a separate analysis.
Later, leader pour opposition. La tenir shy mon ka di bagay kot li pas sou manière ite ko représentative, mais il partait là, il partait ça fait premier ministre, il partait ça parler, il faut bagay comme ça. We saw a very superficial analysis of Philip. He was underestimated to try to cast him in the shadow of the former leader, Dr. Kenny Anthony. But in his
even by some of his own party members, they underestimated him.
But he has established himself in a very distinct way, and not just himself, but the philosophies of the St. Lucia Labour Party have come out stronger than I have ever seen in my analysis of policies tied towards social justice that touch at the very core of what matters to solutions, whether it comes to the economy, job creation, and safety nets. Even when
you seem to have a keen sense for the experience of the common man.
Yes, and it touched that.
The disparity and the contrast is captured well in this social net that is so crucial in the philosophy of the Labour Party, being dismissed as handouts, undesirable, deplorable handouts by the United Workers' Party. That captures the difference.
It's a poor characterization of the St. Lucian public and a misunderstanding that the majority of St. Lucians are working class people. So when you see developments in education that benefit not just St. Lucia Labour Party supporters, but St. Lucians, and you class these things in a negative light, although your manifesto actually mirrors some of the policies that the St. Lucia Labour Party actually does. It's like it was so confusing that
it was not credible.
Yes,
it was because you see you're saying one thing. For example, the statements on South Louis Community College contrasted with what you did with South Louis Community College before. The statement
on not believable.
The statement on the caregivers when your first action in getting into office was to terminate the caregivers, to stop the NICE program. So there was a credibility gap that was there. But going back to Philip Joseph Pierre, what he has done. I mean, it's incredible the transformation of the Prime Minister from the person who took office in 2021 to the person we see in front of us right now. He is calm, he's confident, he's also been a decent Prime Minister. Philip Pierre has received a lot of pressure in the media from one or two media practitioners. He has never once lost his cool. He's never once been indecent. He's never once called anybody anything. He has been a very calm and measured and dignified person. And I think that is not lost throughout his political career. And, you know, there's something else about this Prime Minister that I don't think people have understood. This is a man who, in 1992, fresh out of university, decided to dedicate his life to politics. And this is not somebody who did it because he didn't have any other options. He had options.
In an era
where he was seen as crazy and going up against a Romanus Lancico who, and let's not forget Teddy because we were there, who basically denigrated Philip Pierre, called him all sorts of names. He persisted. So you have to appreciate someone who has done that, someone who is clearly doing this because he cares about people. You know, the whole Philip Cares thing, I think we saw he lived up to that. And that is, but just before you come in, Raisa, what I found was amazing. For me, there was an inflection point in this Prime Minister's journey where he stopped trying to be what other people wanted him to be, and he decided, I'm going to be my Prime Minister. I'm not going to try and be the other Kenny Anthony.
I got a reaction quite a bit.
And you know, he, for me, part of that inflection, you see that time of the Macaba Worm, when that came out, and you know, some people tried to make a whole thing out of it. But it was a Prime Minister saying that, look, I have principles, and I will not succumb to buying rum for you to give your vote. And it helped that, you know, the guys made a meme out of it. And the Prime Minister then, he had swag. The Prime Minister's swag increased, and I think that is what you saw. You saw Philip Pierre, who was comfortable, confident.
It was authenticity.
It was authentic.
Let's take a moment to consider what next for a candidate like Titus Prevel. What Tommy Descat? Who's promising on the United Workers' Party side? What if you're advising UWP, Edwin St. Catherine, Jimmy Fletcher, the approach? Alan Chastney, do you perceive him as leader?
Before the gentlemen come in quickly, I mean, that these individuals are among the individuals that the UWP has really positioned as the brighter sparks of the party. Some of the Previls, the Descartes, the Favorites, who, as per the media's conversation, has essentially left their high net worth professional jobs to be able to engage in politics. The problem has always been that you can't ascend to national politics and become leaders of political party without winning your seat.
Exactly.
And I think at times the difficulty that I saw in this campaign with these candidates trying to assume a national, regional, international profile, as I alluded to earlier, suggesting a more technocratic role in the international sphere as opposed to being a politician.
As opposed to winning
a seat. That gives you the pathway. But be that as it may, they still have the leadership
overhang of Alan Chastney.
Exactly. But again, to finish the point that now, to be fair, if these gentlemen and others remain, they now have a greater path to legitimacy if these results continue as we see it, because they could go back within the party if it is that they have a sufficient grounding and can cause people to come back to gravitate to their own philosophy. I suspect that some of these policies that we saw as part of the ULP manifesto, even if at times I think it was political convenient promises, recognizing the critique in the last, in the first term of some of them, I think these were heavily influenced by some of the newer candidates who possibly are trying to recreate what the ULP looks like. But guess what? Leadership matters. And credibility of leadership matters. So I don't doubt that a lot of the people in this election said, I may support a free education at Sir Arthur. I may support a deposit on a house payment. But guess what? I may not support it under this current leadership.
Many people
credibility
told
and trust.
Mr. Prevel that he was in the wrong party.
And did he say so?
And he said
so.
He
said
so. Apart from Sir George Melvin Compton, can we say that there has been real leadership succession planning in the United Workers' Party, not just to allow a Titus Prevel or a Tommy Descat to emerge, but to have a healthy discourse within the party where persons who have dissenting views are not characterized as snakes, but allowed to share their views, because the reality is both parties have a political base, and if you lose even 1/10 of that, you weaken your party and their chances of making a formidable case for governance and your supporters as well.
The base of the UWP was broken in 2021.
Yes, it was.
With Richard Frederick and especially also Stevenson King, sort of the heart of the UWP. It was broken and taken away. And Philip Pierre has increased on that with his own leadership style of inclusivity by bringing them into his government.
Yeah. What do we make though? What does one make of, speaking of the UWP, that almost refusal by a Bradley Felix to accede, to aspire, to challenge for one of the leadership roles, not being one of the two?
That may well be why
I think it hurt him. I think it hurt him.
That says a lot about the workings of the party.
People also ask valid questions about leadership in a different way of Bradley Felix, and especially among younger voters. And I don't want us to just focus on what has happened at the national level, but at the constituency level. And I saw it myself in ways that shocked me from both young and older voters that asked the question, beyond my family voting for a particular political party, why am I voting for this individual, and what have they done to earn my vote? This question has been asked by a segment of the population who I believe are the ones who are showing out these numbers that either stayed home or decided to vote with the Citizen Labour Party. And that's a significant question to ask. Why am I voting for you? What have you done with the resources? Because unlike in the last administration where there was an attempt to squeeze opposition candidates from resources, you were given resources. So what have you done with these resources? How have you presented and allowed the constituency to rise? And when you come to the platform, if we do not discuss issues, and I was very disappointed with what obtained as, it wasn't even policy discussions from the opposition, it was insults of the worst kind, and many of it was divisive. Whereas they could have focused on issues that matter to the St. Lucian public and also challenge the government to do better in areas where they were falling short or might have fallen short.
And sometimes you wondered why they had to resort to actually basically false statements.
Acknowledging some footage coming out of Castries East, it is? Castries East?
It looks rather quiet.
Quiet for now.
So that means
that's because they're listening and watching.
But that means
you and Jimmy Fletcher.
Boss up or we
I see people want the results. They want to know what happened to Lisa.
I want to see.
Any update on Lisa?
I guess while we look, I also want to say something, I guess, on the Bradley Felix question of a session. I won't be too hard on him on sort of trying to ascend to higher ranks within the party, recognizing that I think the UWP as a whole should have had individuals who they believe have still political weight but also futuristic goals within the party to be able to be part of the rank and more so the rank among a more competitive system such that they're able to do that. So if Bradley Felix, for example, only wanted to be a representative of his constituency and nothing more, I think his party still has a responsibility to engage with other individuals as part of the leadership process. And with that being said, I think at times people look at the succession planning or look at some clear paths within both of the political parties to see who these individuals are who may very well start to ascend to some of the leadership positions.
The very fact that he was able to maintain his seat
the last time
in the last election when there was this national swing towards the Labour Party said a lot about him and his life.
But what I do think is that if he is one of the professionals within the party, I felt he should have taken a more prominent role as part of the press conferences that happened to Bradley Felix. So even if it is that he did not, So even if he did not engage in a deputy leadership position, I felt there was a responsibility to take on some of the investment questions or more questions more broadly as part of the country.
But that was significantly the interesting thing, right? This is probably the first United Workers' Party election campaign that I've seen in a long time that lacked coherence and lacked focus. Let's be honest about it. There was very little coherence and focus in this United Workers' Party campaign. It was as if they were I guess they didn't know when elections would be called, but that's not an excuse. Policies, what are the things that matter to St. Lucians, and what will you do different? And I think it's the gimmick of 5 to stay alive, this and that. It worked once, and they flogged that horse until it died, and it was buried. People
I
don't want
wouldn't use
to
the word
hit.
flogged, but go ahead.
Yeah, flog. But they've whipped that horse until it was poor horse. You can't
Are you
continue.
talking about a horse, huh?
You're talking about a horse, right? I deliberately use that horse
But
analogy.
something that Mr. St. Catherine brought up earlier on, and even their narratives contradicted the realities of St. Lucians, that the economy is not doing badly. Because I listened
too much on false statements.
I listened to both addresses last evening. One was personable. It came humbly to the people of St. Lucia, saying, we have worked, let's move forward together. The other painted a picture that did not match the St. Lucian reality. And I was compelled to say, if this was St. Lucia West Indies or St. Lucia South Africa, because it did not match it at all.
What do you expect an opposition party to say?
But
No,
I know, I'm just
there is data to prove that it is false.
But there's an important point that we have to note. For me, the United Workers' Party's manifesto was the most ringing endorsement of the stewardship of the government over the last 5 years. Because the only way you could promise the extravagant things that were promised in that manifesto was if the economy was doing. If the economy was doing badly, the whole your manifesto would be somber. You know, like coming out of COVID, that we will do this recovery. We will take our time. We have to rescue St. Lucia.
And you even cutting taxes and revenue.
This was the most extravagant set of promises I've ever seen. And the only way you could deliver on extravagant promises is if you have a springboard that is a solid springboard. You can't deliver on extravagant promises if the country is not doing well. So going back to your point, Raisa, about the incongruence of the message with the reality, that was one of it. You know,
Jimmy, I think you're putting it very kindly. I think there was an attempt to pull the wool over the eyes of St. Lucians in that UWP manifesto. That's my view. I would not be as kind as you.
At Southeast,
I'm going to give one. We see celebrations first on our screen. You can celebrate.
This looks very mild for now.
For now. But let's give Castries Southeast what we have so far: 17 out of the 36 ballot boxes. Lisa Jawahir is leading by 392 votes.
It's increased.
She has
a refresh.
So she is leading actually by 507 votes. She has 2,123 votes to Guy Joseph's 1,616 votes. So 19 out of 36, that's 52.8% of votes cast so far. So Lisa Jawahir is leading Guy Joseph
Ryan,
by
can you give me those?
by 507 votes.
Can you give me those numbers, where they come from?
Yes,
so I can see what's happening.
Tell me where you're missing.
So anything more for Q1, A to anything up to J to L. I don't have anything in Q1 up to J to L. Anything there?
Yeah, we have A to B at the South Louis Community College. We have 86 to Lisa Jawahir, and we have 58 to Guy Joseph. We also have nothing for C to E. We have for F to I 102 for Lisa Jawahir to 57 for Guy Joseph.
Breaking news, Kifson Charles has been declared. He has been declared, so Bradley Felix has lost
like I
his
said,
seat, yes, sir?
it was impossible.
You did say
Yes. 24 out of the 25 ballot boxes, we have Kifson Charles, 2,775 votes to Bradley Felix, 2,352 votes. Kifson Charles wins by 423 votes. That is significant. But we also know in that particular constituency, all the factors been noted. In the last general elections, remember the Central Labour Party had the issue of the challenge, the competing factors. Now you have a united front where there is a candidate that is supported from the community, has a base and a family support system.
It says a lot about the candidate selection process of the Labour Party.
Anything
More
else?
inclusive and it promotes.
Anything else, Ryan? In Q1, J to L? You have J to L?
So Kifson Charles has been declared.
J, you want
J to L, Q1?
nothing in J to L.
Okay, T. Rocher Combined School, anything there?
Yes.
Give me.
So in T. Rocher, we don't have anything for A to D. Under E to I, we have 95 for Lisa Jawahir.
Right.
And also 95 for Guy Joseph.
Okay.
We have 108 for in J to L to the 128 of Guy Joseph.
Right.
You have
M
an
to R?
M to R, 130 for Lisa Jawahir to the 111 of Guy Joseph. You have the S to Z, 88 of Lisa Jawahir to the 71 of Guy Joseph.
Wow. Okay, so Guy Joseph with A to D out. Guy Joseph is down 161 votes. Lisa is down 28. So we will assume that Lisa will do better in Tiroche than Joachim Henry did, and Guy Joseph will do significantly worse in Tiroche, which is a strong UWP.
Yeah.
Anything for Wavin Poisson, Q4?
For Wavin Poisson Q4, we have nothing from the SDA school as yet.
Bexo Infant?
Bexo
Anything?
Infant.
I have A to CHAR. Anything else?
From nothing for CHAS to FE. Sorry.
FI to John?
FI to John 122 for Lisa Joahir to 103 for Guy Joseph. Nothing for JOS to O. Nothing for P to Z.
Okay. Bas de Chaussée, F to L and M to Z?
F to L, we have 185 to Lisa Joahir to the 89 of Guy Joseph.
M to Z?
You have nothing for M to Z.
Okay.
Nothing for the Better Human Resource Development Center.
Otsa Combined?
Otsa Combined School is still missing out in significant parts.
So we only have M to P?
So you only have M to P. What UWP went into this election believing is that the Guy Josephs and the Dominic Fades, among others, are among their biggest assets. The Herod Stanislaus, etc., will somehow regain some of the seats that were lost the last election. What this election shows them is that these individuals don't have the heavy political weight that they thought that they did. And therefore there has to be a whole new cohort.
But then it begs the question, Ryan, what analysis was actually done? Because
I'm just telling you what the party believes.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if we are to study what are the factors that led to their loss, these are among some of the candidates that had some of the worst performances in terms of public image for the party. That person said that they did not want. There was an anti-leader of the opposition faction, an anti-Guy Joseph faction, and also Dominic Fade. So these individuals did not have a good public front and character. So we also need to know that. And I don't want us to miss some of the historic moments that have happened in the past 4 years of governance that actually would have carried the Labour Party as well in this victory. And one of them is the minimum wage.
The minimum wage.
We are an independent nation.
That resonated,
46 years of independence. 45. Pourquoi for l'histoire nous? Après, quand on s'éclane, nous ni a minimum wage.
Good night, my brothers and sisters. It seems clearly from the results so far that the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party has been returned to power. It looks like an increased majority. We are presently leading in 13 seats, and with the two independent candidates leading, and with one seat which may go the other way. First of all, I want to thank the people of St. Lucia for conducting what in the main was a very decent election free of violence, and this is testimony of the maturity of our people and the maturity of our democracy. So I want to thank the people of St. Lucia, firstly. I want to also thank the members of the St. Lucia Labour Party, the executive, the cabinet, the men and women in the constituency groups who strived, who worked hard, who worked tirelessly to ensure that this victory happened. This victory really belongs to them. I really want to thank them for doing that. I also want to say that these men and women were sometimes vilified, were sometimes criticized. Their families, their characters were assassinated, all in the name of politics. I wish that the era, the last 4.5 years, that era of opposition politics never returned to St. Lucia again. I really wish that that era of lies and misinformation and mistruths and character assassination and the attacks on people's families and the spoiling of St. Lucia's good name abroad and the idea that nothing is happening, selling St. Lucia as a wasteland. I hope that never happens. I hope it never happens again. I want to congratulate the member for Mico South. I understand he may be leading in a seat, and then if he wins, I want to congratulate him in advance. I hope we will continue to respect him in the cabinet,
in the parliament. I'm so sorry. We continue to respect him in the parliament because we think there's a role for the opposition. I think there's a role for the opposition, so we'll continue to let the fine traditions of democracy prevail. I want to also tell the people of St. Lucia that the elections is over. Our government has always been a government of consensus, a government of work together. We have to deal with some very important issues. We have to deal with issues both locally, regionally, and internationally. And the government will have to take some very, very important decisions moving forward. So we want to celebrate. It's a day of celebration. I hope to be sworn in later this week and have the cabinet next week. I know that the people of St. Lucia are waiting for their VAT-free day, and the civil servants are waiting for their bonuses. I can assure them that as soon as I get sworn as Minister of Finance again, I will instruct the Permanent Secretary, the Minister of Finance, and the Secretary of Finance to get the bonus going for the civil service, for the public service of St. Lucia. So they can be rest assured that will happen. And then we'll work on the VAT-free day. These are the two promises that we made, and we intend to make them work. So tonight, we are happy. I feel relieved because sometimes when there is so much propaganda and misinformation, if you don't think about it, you may believe it's true. So I feel very relieved. I want to thank you, the press. I want to thank my own press, the people who worked with me, Monday and everybody else, and Melissa and everybody, Yassi, and the folks at GIS who worked with me. I want to thank them for, in the main, understanding what we were doing and saying our message. So I'm going to meet my constituents, the constituents of Castries East. We have made we have actually increased the majority. The people we've increased it again, and the Castries East people, they have been again vilified. They have been saying, why you're supporting me? Castries East, I thank you. I thank all you for the work you've done. So let's go celebrate. Thank you very much.